Here's what's making news at midday. Governor Walker is planning to take action on a sweeping package of Republican-authored lame duck legislation. An American college student is dead in the Netherlands, who authorities say is behind her murder. And President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, is speaking out what he's saying about hush money payments.
This is News 3 at noon.
Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us on this Friday afternoon. The weekend is almost here, and it's off to a beautiful start. Chris Reese is here with a look at the weather, and boy, is that sunshine nice. Unless, I guess, you're looking for snow. Then
well,
it's not
even
great.
Still, I will admit, it's certainly nice.
Yeah.
It feels good out there. We had a lot of fog this morning. Still a lot of fog in a lot of spots, Susan. Visibility in Janesville still down to a quarter of a mile there. Right now in Madison, the visibility 2.5 miles. Now, there were dense fog advisories. Those expired at noon, so moments ago those came down, but boy, it is still very foggy to our south and east. Still a little bit of fog out here right now, but the sunshine is shining through it, and yes, it feels good. The temperature now 33 degrees. Looks can be deceiving. As you said, it feels a lot warmer out there than it really is, but yeah, only 1 degree above freezing at this point, but we're going to be staying above freezing as we go through the rest of the day. Janesville at 32, Monroe at 31, and you're seeing where the fog is keeping things just a little bit cooler. Boscobel also 1 degree above freezing at this time. We'll see those temperatures, though, top out around 39 degrees this afternoon. Clearing skies tonight as well, with lows falling to about 22. So it's going to be a pretty nice Friday afternoon if you want to be out.
Yeah, good stuff. You know it's weird in December when you're putting your AC on in your car.
Exactly. Yeah, my AC in my car wouldn't let me do the AC. It was like, no, we're keeping the heat on. I know.
They're smart these days.
Yes, they are.
All right, thanks, Chris. We'll check back in just a little bit.
Sounds good.
Topping the news this noon, outgoing Governor Scott Walker will take action today on lame duck legislation that could scale back the authority of his Democratic successor. We have a live picture inside an office building in Green Bay where the governor will likely act on the bills at any moment. There is the chair where we're expecting Governor Walker. He has indicated support for the legislation, but said he planned to make some partial vetoes. Powers would be stripped from incoming Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General-elect Josh Kaul under those proposals. We're watching this closely, and we will bring you an update as soon as we can. 2 men are in the hospital this noon with stab wounds, and a third is facing charges after a fight downtown in Madison last night. It happened just before 10 along North Hancock Street. Police say a 39-year-old man and a 32-year-old man got into a fight that ended in a stabbing that sent them both to the hospital. Both are facing felony charges of reckless endangering safety. A third person, a 23-year-old man, is facing a charge for assisting in the fight. Police say the death of 2 people in the township of LaGrange is an isolated incident, and there is no danger to the public. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says the body of a woman was found lying outside a residence yesterday morning, and a man's body was found inside. Authorities believe the man killed the woman. The 2 have not yet been identified. Police in the Netherlands are investigating the murder of an American student. Her college roommate is suspected in the killing. CBS's Gwen Baumgardner reports from London.
Dutch police were called to this apartment building after neighbors heard arguing and screaming. Officers found 21-year-old Sarah Pappenheim in a pool of blood. The Minnesota native was stabbed to death at her home Wednesday, not far from the university where she was studying. The prime suspect is her roommate, a 23-year-old Dutch man. Police arrested him at a train station attempting to flee the city. Pappenheim's classmates are shocked by her killing.
Like a lot of sadness, but also a lot of fear in case something like this might happen again.
Pappenheim's mother, left grieving thousands of miles away, told the media her daughter had been arguing with her roommate for weeks, but she didn't know how tense things had become. Pappenheim was studying psychology at Erasmus University in Rotterdam. She reportedly chose the major after her brother committed suicide 3 years ago. Her mother told a Minnesota newspaper, "My only 2 kids, and I've lost them both." Pappenheim was a skilled drummer who performed often in Minnesota's music scene.
I'm still numb from it. I still can't believe that something this bad happened to her, especially because she was such a great kid.
The murder comes just days before Pappenheim was set to fly home for Christmas. Gwen Baumgardner, CBS News, London.
Pappenheim's mother is raising money to bring her body back to the United States. She says the transportation and funeral costs will cost more than $40,000. The Paris prosecutor's office says a fourth person has died following Tuesday's attack in Strasbourg. The prosecutor's office says the victim was among the injured in the shooting and previously described as being in critical condition. The main suspect of the attack that took place near Strasbourg's Christmas market was killed by police last night. President Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, is speaking out after receiving a 3-year prison sentence. In an interview with ABC News, Cohen said President Trump asked him to buy the silence of porn star Stormy Daniels and Playboy playmate Karen McDougal. CBS News sources confirm the president was in the room when Cohen and National Enquirer publisher David Pecker discussed the hush money to the women in August of 2015. Collectively, Cohen paid $280,000, which could be a campaign finance violation.
You have to remember at what point in time that this matter came about, 2 weeks or so before the election, post the Billy Bush comments. So yes, he was very concerned about how this would affect the election.
Wednesday, Cohen was sentenced to serve 3 years in federal prison for lying to Congress, tax evasion, and campaign finance violations. Raids of Cohen's properties have also led to a criminal investigation into President Trump's inauguration spending. There's still more ahead today on News 3 at noon. When we come back, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
We've got a tasty appetizer that'll make you the perfect host. And when guests come knocking, I promise you'll be ready. You know, over the next couple of weeks, the likelihood of having some unexpected visitors drop by is pretty good. Wouldn't it be nice if you had something that you could throw together in no time that looks like something that you've been fussing on all afternoon? For those of you who have an air fryer, this is the time to bring it out. If you don't, no worries. You can make this in your oven or toaster oven too. First, we sprinkle some brown sugar on top of our brie and air fry it. While it's heating, we'll melt butter in a skillet along with some chopped pecans. After these are toasted a bit, we add some maple syrup, orange zest, cinnamon, and a handful of dried cherries. Thanks to our air fryer, the topping and outside of this is cooked perfectly, while the inside is a melty delight. Now we top it with our ooey gooey maple sauce that's studded with all sorts of goodness. Does this look like something that was whipped up in less than 10 minutes? I don't think so. To get the recipe for our show-stopping cherry pecan brie, which is from our new air fryer cookbook, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fabulous last-minute way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
We'll pay a visit to Pam Jahnke when we come back, but up next, a sunny and pleasant day across southern Wisconsin. Meteorologist Chris Reese has your weekend forecast when News 3 at noon comes right back. Our call for action phone bank is open right now. If you'd like to talk to the volunteers about any of your consumer issues, call now. The number is 270-2833. Wall Street gets a lump of coal and pack your patience. AAA predicts record holiday travel for the final stretch of December. Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
No Santa Claus rally for Wall Street. Stocks started today's session lower following weaker than expected economic data out of China and Europe. U.S. health officials are lifting some of the restrictions on romaine lettuce as they zero in on the source of an E. coli outbreak. The bacteria has been traced to at least one farm in Central California, but the CDC says other farms are likely involved. The outbreak has been narrowed to 3 California counties, Monterey, San Benito, and Santa Barbara. Lettuce harvested outside those counties after November 23rd should be safe. Another recall affecting your kitchen. This one poses botulism risk. Del Monte is recalling more than 64,000 cases of canned corn because the products were not properly sterilized. Walmart and Target are among the retailers that sold the item. The canned corn is labeled Fiesta corn, seasoned with red and green peppers, and has a best-by date of August through September of 2021. And more than 112 million travelers are expected to hit the roads, rails, and runways in the final holiday stretch. AAA is predicting record numbers, with December 22nd, 23rd, and 26th expected to be the busiest. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
And let's check stocks at midday. The Dow is down 416 points and the NASDAQ is off 87. That's not good for a Friday. Let's check in with Q106 Farm Director Pam Jahnke. Hi, Pam. You have better news for us?
Well, I have interesting news. How about that? And my arrows aren't quite as deep in the red as Wall Street. The interesting development today is that we got another announcement. China buying 300,000 metric ton of our U.S. soybeans. Now, that's a pretty good number. Yesterday, 1.13 million metric ton. That was even a better number. But you know what? It's not phasing the market. Just to give you a little perspective on how big that deal was yesterday, though, they tell me that was the biggest Chinese soybean buy in 4 years, what happened yesterday. It's the biggest soybean buy that we've seen here in the United States this year, and it's the 9th largest one-day purchase in the past 10 years. That's all happening yesterday. But like I said, the market is not really overly impressed. I think they're waiting to see a track record here before they get too excited. Meanwhile, here at home, we continue to keep an eye on the bottom line that a lot of our farmers are struggling with. Our Wisconsin Department of Agriculture just came out with some of their figures on dairy herds in the state. We're down 683 dairy herds in 2018. I put the emphasis on herds. These are cows that still may be in Wisconsin, but they've moved someplace else. Now, some of them may have exited the state or gone to slaughter, but we're down 683 herds. Since 2003, we have dropped about 50% in total herd numbers in the state. That's more than 7,700. So we got a lot of challenges going on in farm country these days. The good news is today our barrel cheese gained 1.5 pennies to 131. 40-pound block cheese up 1.25 pennies at 140 3/4. AA butter up 1.5 pennies at $2.19 a pound. And I'm probably showing my age, but I wanted folks to know Bob Berglund, Minnesota farmer, congressional representative for that state, passed away this week at the age of 90. Susie Q, he was U.S. Ag Secretary with Jimmy Carter. One thing that some of us farm kids remember, Berglund, there was a group of angry farmers that stormed the USDA, got to his office and pelted him with eggs. It was over some price problem deal, but that's kind of one of those back in the drama days of the 70s. Bob Berglund literally took it on the chin for the position there. But like I said, passed away at 90 in Roseau, Minnesota, 10 miles from the Canadian border.
I don't think it's sad news, but you'll never forget that story. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. I was going to say, we don't have to worry about our weather guys getting pelted with anything. I can deal with this mild weather for the weekend.
It's good stuff, especially a weekend before Christmas. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, Pam. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday. And over to Chris now with the warm details. And that fog is still out there this afternoon.
I know, it really is. And I was about to say, I don't know. I think some of those snow lovers are getting antsy with us over here in Wisconsin. But the fog this morning was certainly the story. You can almost see some of that starting to burn off, revealing the snowpack that is to the north and west of Madison. This is just one of those things that every weather person can kind of nerd out over, watching that fog really burn off. Cloud cover farther to the south and east, along with a little bit of fog. Still hazy is what it looks like as you look at the horizon outside. The temperature, though, 33 degrees. And yes, we are seeing some more sunshine around here. Winds are still calm, though, and that's why we haven't truly gotten a lot of that fog to truly blow on out of here. 32 in Janesville right now. The fog keeping you guys just a little bit cooler for now. Still, though, temperatures are all in the lower 30s, a few upper 20s, though, still showing up across south central Wisconsin. Oddly enough, we're slightly cooler than we were this time yesterday, but man, it just feels mild out there. Almost feels like spring, especially with any kind of leftover snow that is melting. But other than the cloud cover moving out, the only real storm we are tracking across the country is this disturbance that has been ever so slowly moving across the south. Honestly, these are some of the same areas that were getting in on that rainfall yesterday. Now that's going to continue to move towards the mid-south and parts of the Ohio Valley. We're going to watch that pass to the south. High pressure is going to keep it that way. In the meantime, though, this high pressure is going to mean sunshine for us going through the weekend with milder temperatures, so certainly a chance to get outdoors. Sunday, we will have a dry cold front come on through. That's actually going to result in some falling temperatures. Let's track those temperatures. This afternoon, we'll top out around 39, falling to 22 overnight tonight. Again, upper 30s and low 40s will be the story as we head into your Sunday or your Saturday and Sunday as well. As we head into Sunday, watch the wind direction. There's that cold front. We'll see those winds coming out of the north and west. Temperatures will be coming down as we go into the next work week from the 40s over the weekend to temperatures staying in the 30s, but still far above average. Now, in terms of that chance of a white Christmas, typically we have anywhere from a 50 to 60 or 60 to 75% chance of a white Christmas, but this is not a typical year. We knew that all the way back in March. Here's how things are going to play out. We'll actually be seeing some milder temperatures come in, but as we get into the days leading up to Christmas, a dive of cooler air will swing on in here, and that always brings a chance of at least some light snow. So we'll give you guys a 20% chance of a white Christmas for now. Watching December 23rd for some light snow to work into the area. But in the meantime, it's sunshine. We are high and dry with those temperatures staying above average as well. And then where we go, the Sunday before Christmas, we do at least have a chance for some snow. It doesn't look like a big snow, but for a white Christmas, you need 1 inch of snow on the ground at 7 a.m.
Well, you and I are snow people. We both like, I like the snow, especially this time of the year. But...
And honestly, I've never seen a white Christmas.
Oh, you're kidding.
I have no idea. I think it's a myth, personally.
Oh, no, I'll keep my fingers crossed then, just for you.
We will see how it plays out. I'm in Wisconsin. I'm like, hopefully at some point, I'll experience
there's a long way to go.
I know.
A long
yes.
way.
So, but we're just going to enjoy the sunshine for now.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris.
Anytime.
When we come back on News 3 at noon, we'll take a quick break, and then a Milwaukee business is honoring fallen officers. We'll tell you how when we come back. This just in and breaking now. Outgoing Governor Scott Walker says he will sign lame duck legislation that could scale back the authority of incoming Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General-elect Josh Kaul. This is happening right now in Green Bay. We're monitoring it, and we will have much more on our later newscasts and always online at channel3000.com. The owner of a jewelry store in Milwaukee wanted to do something to honor the sacrifice of 2 fallen officers, but more than the gift, it was a chance to remember them. Mark McPherson reports.
Well, we at Powers would like to give our most sincere thanks to these families who suffered the most tragic loss.
In a short ceremony Thursday, Powers Jewelry took the time to honor 2 fallen officers.
These officers and the thousands like them are the thin blue line that separates us from the criminals.
The wives of Officer Charles Irvine and Michael Mahalski were given small tokens to remember their husbands. Irvine was killed back in June when his squad car crashed. Mahalski was shot and killed while searching for a suspect back in July.
And when we say these Officer Irvine and Mahalski are never going to be forgotten, you brought it to our attention. Hey, let's not forget him.
Chief Morales was joined by Sheriff-elect Ernell Lucas in a room full of other law enforcement.
This is a gesture that shows that the community is also responsive and they're not forgetting those heroes that we have that come out every day.
It's times like this and it's friends like this that make those times just a little bit easier for us to sustain.
Both law enforcement leaders say it's ceremonies like this that can bridge a gap between the community and police.
We are really making a push at bettering our relationship with the community.
Let's all of us go with one mind in that we can be a community that supports and sustains one another in the difficult times, in the difficult days ahead.
That's a very nice story. And Chris is here now with a final check of the weather.
A nice weekend, certainly shaping up for us. We've had a lot of fog earlier today that's still working on burning out of the area. Expect those temperatures to top out around 39, low 40s for the weekend. This is going to be the nicest weekend we have had in so long. We have not had a good weekend in a while. No snow chances really showing up, though, until the Sunday before Christmas.
Seize the day, everybody. Get your stuff done this weekend. Thank you, Chris. Have a great day, everyone. See you back here at 4.